honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on.
Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On first down, it's Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the first play of the game. 49 yards. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run on first down. McKenzie. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Buccaneers' 19-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Now Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
3rd and long for Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A shotgun snap for Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, it's Jones. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 22. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. This is Jones. And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
33. Here we go, D. Easy. All day. All day. Hey, flip it. Check flag 33.
Throwing on second and long. Winston, flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
It's easy work. It's coming again.
38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the
Off of play action, it's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
You can't block me. Green, triple team. Check mark 33. Check. What's up? Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Easy. Hey. Oh, here we go. Oh, Sonny.
From the gun, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Wait. Check hot route.
A second down throw for Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
40 set. 19. Alert. Man, I got you. Check 45. Come on. Check 45. Come on. Get that one. Another time.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. He may try and run for this. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23.
First down, Texans.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Gone after the sack. He's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
45, Mike, 45.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is QT, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. They'll drop to throw. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Easy. Check Mike 33. All day, baby. All day. Mike check 33. 33. All day. 5-0. Every day. Any day. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 82 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check 33. 33. I don't know why this team showed up. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. This complete to Jones. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Easy. Hey, check the call. Flip it. Check Mike 33. That's it. It's going to be a long.
Here's Winston. pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Check 31. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Triple team. Check my hustle. 33. Watch QB hot.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Results in a 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Oh, look at this play call. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Focus, defense, focus. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Hayward. You must be dreaming.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston. And Winston lost the football.
Good job.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Patsy. White. Short. Mike check 33. Let me go. Hey, check Mike. Let me go.
Throwing, Winston. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue and the Texans take over an excellent field position. First down. It's McKenzie. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back to throw now on first down. It's complete to Hopkins. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. He's coming. Double up. Easy. Kill.
Again, it's Jones. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Flip it.
He can run for it, and he will. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I'm coming.
From the red zone now, Winston. Complete to Jones. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
Winston. Throw left side complete. It's King. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
It's 4th down.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
To throw is Winston. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Second down and goal. Winston, and he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Jerome Baker picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Now Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Wait. Watch the safety creep.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check Mike 33. Quick talk. Mike, check 33.
From the 27th, Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
5 on the 50. Wait. Check. Wait.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On third down, Winston. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike, check 33. 33. Follow. Zoom. Here we go, even.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Green, 33. Hey, me off. I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike 33. Flip it. Double. Check 33.
Winston. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Boy, Charles, what a critical call and a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage? You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Watch out. Keep bringing it. Stay in there.
They get it to him running left. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Here comes the boom. I see.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now in a tie ball game. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is indeed good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. McKenzie. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down, Texans.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
And the Texans first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 33. Hey, let's get this. Mike, check 33. 33. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
To throw, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's King. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Easy. Mike, check. Wait. Here we go. That's it.
From the gun, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. Second and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground. McKenzie, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. The rush.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready? 52's the mic. Green, 17. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch the ship. Easy. Hey, ship. Watch the ship. Let's convert. Let's go, please.
They'll run on first down. Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Wait.
They'll run it with Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, it's Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging.